Yo, what's going on, guys? All right, let's get this party started. For now, I think I'm still bullish. Only bullish because of the strength of ES here. If you look at ES with London, obviously closing well over it. There's no reason I don't see. Hell yeah, good, sweaty. Pay attention. All right, I mean, there's no reason ES shouldn't take previous day high here. Probably gonna take it right on open, if not before. And then we'll just go. We'll go from there. Obviously, like normal, we'll stay patient and see what happens. But I already closed over London, so that already has me leaning bullish. And then this reaction right off the open of this candle on the hourly, pretty bullish. So we'll see. Like I said, like a normal, right? We'll wait and we'll see how this hourly closes over. If ES hourly is closing over previous day high and NQ's closing over this hourly high, and they both do that at 10 o'clock, then your draw is going to be previous day high here on the NQ as well. So we'll see what happens. If there's going to be a 10 o'clock reversal, I would imagine there's going to be an SMT on that previous day high, and then maybe we can target 50% of whatever this range ends up being. But for now, pretty much closing over London, holding 50% with the strength of ES. No reason to be bearish here right now. And obviously we still have what happened here. Obviously closed over London, and we closed over the previous hourly candle. Remaining bullish until proven otherwise. Let's check out 4 hour quick. Don't like that this 4 hour low did not get swept. That could be something that could be a target if we get bearish. Because this 4 hour low closed below this 4 hour candle's low, right? And we never swept this candle's low. So this could be a target if we get bearish out of this 4 hour city. Maybe that's what draws us after ES takes a previous day high. That's where your SMT happens. Then you get a short. Again, we'll all be confirmed by candle closures at 10 o'clock. We'll go to the 5 minute and we'll just follow from here. We'll check gold quick. Actually, I don't know if we have time to check gold. Pretty bullish. That's pretty damn bullish there. I wonder if there's an SMT with XAU Euro on gold. If there's an SMT here, I can see gold ripping out of this wick here. Especially a close like that. Notice how gold did not close below London and then close back above. I can see gold rip here, just based off that hourly close. All right. And there's your rip. I'm assuming ES already took previous day high, left equal highs with it again. So ES will take previous day high, and then we'll go from there. We'll see how the hourly closes. Other than that, I'm obviously not gonna. I'm not gonna chase here. We'll stay patient. No rush here. We're gonna be copy trading some evals today. I'll execute the leader account on stream, so that way we can see some executions, and yeah, we'll just go from there. What up, doggo? Quiet this morning. Didn't hear anything from you. Usually you're always talking bias in the morning. Pretty good reaction off the previous day high sweep. A lot. I'm not an LR kind of guy, but there's a lot of LR build up here. But I'm not gonna stay bullish just because of that. If the candles are not telling me bullish, then this just leads me to like more conviction that like I can hold for all time highs, not necessarily I gotta be bullish because there's LR up here. Going down. All right, we'll see. Still holding 50% pretty well of oh yeah, look at that. Look how the body's respected 50% of London there. That's all you needed. It's all you needed to see. Like once the second set failed to close over under, you automatically should have been, London high. Especially just missing it up here. I did not even see that. So to me that's hindsight too, but it's something you could definitely watch. Always draw your range of London. It'll give you a pretty good idea. Yeah, old Fitty. What up, CV? Good morning. I'm gonna assume YM is ripping as well. Man. Yeah. Assuming YM already ripped through I think that's all-time highs for a YM and previous day high. RTY. Sheesh. RTY already with a sweep and a close back under. Gold. I think, man, if you get like a 5-minute, you kind of got a 5-minute breaker here on a gold, but well, I wish there was a cleaner breaker. If there's a cleaner breaker here with an hourly like that on gold, that's clean. That's what you want to target right there. Your first target could be this Sibi. If we get some kind of breaker here. Got scared out of gold short. I don't blame you because I would not want to be shorting gold unless I was already short up here and I had like a higher time frame. I was looking for a higher time frame market maker sell model. I would not want to be shorting here because of the hourly candle looking like that. Because you kind of got like a double sweep here on London as well, right? Twice, almost 3 times now, we're going to fail to close below London. Probably not a spot where you want to remain short. There goes NQ. If we're going to take previous day high, where else can we go forward? ES ran into that daily BPR yesterday, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we inversed it yesterday. So, yeah, ES back to all-time highs would seem like if you get an hourly close above previous day high on ES, then your draw is going to be up to all-time highs. I think that's pretty obvious. I think it's only 20 points away or 30 points away. Can't do math. And, yeah. Problem is, what would you target on gold? Because like on gold, if I was looking along, I would be targeting obviously the hourly Sibi, but I would be looking for 50%. But with this size of this wick, I'm assuming we're already at 50%. So I'd really be going for the swing high at that point. London highs. That makes sense. So I'm just using the hourly, and like I would not want to be bearish here, just based off of that. It's kind of the same signature here. Sweep, close, back up side. Problem is, there's no clean like PD array. I mean, I guess you could consider this the breaker, and that's what's holding here. Problem is, for the breaker, your stop's going to be down here, and then that's if you're riding with a 15-point stop on a gold, you might be crazy. But all right, let's go back to NQ. Watch NQ. We just know it's ripping. No reason it shouldn't go to previous day high now. Not chasing. We'll just wait. So the hourly close is bullish. What are we looking for? Especially, I guess it depends. The hourly close is bullish without taking previous day high. I'm looking for a little dip at 10 o'clock. Look for a little 5-minute. There's probably I'm assuming we're going to leave a 5-minute fair value gap in here. If we don't tag that before 10 o'clock, look for a dip into that at 10 o'clock, and then we can take it up to previous day high. That would be a little. That would be an okay play, assuming that ES closes over previous day high as well on the hourly. Which if NQ is going to close up here, I would assume ES is going to as well. Gold just really has my attention here. Because you have a low-hanging fruit target. Low-hanging fruit, if you can get in like down here, you can target the Civi, go break even, and then you just have runners up to London high. But well, there goes our 5-minute Bissy. Maybe if this Bissy stays, you basically got like a 5-minute breaker block sitting here. Well, with London, you would have a 5-minute unicorn down here with a retest of London high potentially, and then look for something like this up to a previous day high, something like that. Maybe hit to add at 10 o'clock. Oh, we actually had nice. The model played out for 6 a.m. high down to 50% of gold. So we'll see how gold closes. Gold closes like that, and then I'm really not interested anymore. Wait, ES has not even taken all-time highs. Not all-time highs. Hasn't even taken previous day high yet, has it? Yeah, so this is all just manipulation here on NQ. Before we go higher. Anybody take any London trades? Anybody trade London? Well, Asia. Yep, I'm good. I am good, dog. I'm good. That's waiting. It's been a good 2026 so far in terms of trading and payouts. Working on getting max allocation between three firms, and then just copy trade some micros on every single one. That's the goal. So that's what I'm working on now. Just working on mass evals here to get them passed. Not bad. Like, yep. 1.5. But and ES really slowed down here. Yeah, now NQ's catching up. Is that what I think it is? That is what I think it is. Little devil's mark up there on the hourly. They're at 856. Speaking of, we're gonna assuming ES took all time. No, ES still did not take PDH. So -4 takes us up to, oh, I can't read that. 928. I need bigger font options. I know he's not in here, but I need bigger font for that. Oh, hang on. Problem is, I think that makes everything bigger. Yeah, it makes everything bigger. Yep, ES just took PDH. So do have a little SMT. They're pretty damn close though for NQ to not take it as well, but we'll see. Like I said, for me, we'll see how the hourly closes on ES. Or it's likely that NQ takes it too before 10 o'clock as well. What was I looking at? Oh, -4, 928. So let's see what 928 takes us to. 928 takes us to, looks like last week's high. Yeah. Is that oh no, that's not last week's high. That's 2 weeks ago. It's still a weekly high sitting up there. Yeah. So 928 lines up with that weekly high sitting up there. So -4 could be a very, very, very nice target. And there goes NQ. There goes the devil's mark. Yeah. Yeah, why can't I just make the text bigger for like -4? Not just now, like all these labels are a lot. We'll go back to small. God, why is there a tiny option? Isn't small tiny enough? All right, so maybe we get a -4 play on. Maybe we get a -4. Remember we had a -4 play yesterday. For those that used it, we just had a big old retrace first. We'll go over that in NA a little bit. Actually stopped out of that -4 play yesterday and then re-entered. Gold did not close below on the 5 minute there. 928, Mr. Doggo. Make sure you're on a smaller time frame, because the -4 won't show up if you have like the hourly or above brought up. Interesting how gold did not close below this ITL. Did not close below the previous 5 minute low. Still looks a little choppy here on gold, but I think the higher time frame move would still be up. Just because I don't want to chase gold. I'm not going to chase NQ here, right? I mean, I'm going to wait. If I'm going to get involved on NQ, I want to see confirmation, close over previous day high. That tells me price should want higher. My target would be up to 928 -4 because of that weekly high that sits up there in conjunction with that. And I'll look for a little dip at 10 o'clock to then get long. Yep, agree, Doc. Agree. I believe this was an SMT as well. I believe ES took London low. I mean, I guess I don't know why I drew it. I'm assuming there is one there. Yeah, there's an SMT there. Yep. That explains it. I feel like I should mark out. Oh, I already got it. All right. All-time highs for ES. Just in case ES looks a little cleaner at 10 o'clock, I would not mind taking an ES. Clear draw on both indices right now. -4 on ES. I want to say it lines up close to all-time highs. Oh, no, that's -6. Monday's midnight open. All right. What's old NG doing? Gee, man, RTY went all the way back down to the lows. So did YM. Wow, YM looks awful. It's very strange, especially with seeing ES just straight up pump. Let's see. So if I wish this if this 940 candle would have swept this low and then gave us like a 5 minute swing back to the upside, that would be I think that would be a long that I would try. And then I'll just try to get long here, and my stop would literally just be below this sweep wick, but there's no swing there, which tells me that there's a chance we come back down for this low still. Let's keep this marked. So what do we got? We still got 13 minutes yet till we close. Yeah, no rush here. No rush to get into anything. Best case looks like 10 o'clock and wait, right? Because we're probably not gonna get much more. We've already had a huge expansion on this hourly candle, so I doubt, like, if you're trying to get in here, you're begging for this candle to expand even more. You might as well wait until that 10 o'clock candle hits, and then you can ride the expansion of that entire candle. You know, unless you're in down here, you don't care, but like, you don't want to be entering up here. But I think most of y'all should be aware of that, unless you're newer. And if you're newer, chase it and you'll find out. I think most of y'all have been trading a while and have already been down that road. If you chase here and it goes all the way up, then you're just getting rewarded for bad behavior, and it'll come back to bite you. It'll come back to bite you eventually. So if I'm watching gold here, like, I don't care about any of these inside candles right here. I'm only watching this 5 minute range right here, because this was my last Outside candle, I don't care about what's happening inside of here. I want to see what happens when we either sweep the high or sweep the low will tell me either continuation or reversal back to the other side. And Q is still going. So let's mark out our what is it at 928? I want to mark out my CB level of 918. Yep. Yeah, it might work this time. You might be able to chase here, and you go all the way up. But I mean, your hourly candle has already expanded. You know what, about 70, 70, 80 points here. So like to expect a more expansion on it is the odds are not. Can it? Sure, but the odds are not in your favor. And ES is very close to all-time highs, I believe. Right? Oh no, it's 70-14. My bad. I thought it was 70-04. So I like this 15-minute BISI here on NQ. I'm really going to close bullish, especially if this 15 closes over. Then I would look for 10 o'clock to dip into this BISI to hold to then take it up to that weekly high. That's what I'll be looking for at 10 o'clock here. This could be your 10 o'clock wick for your manipulation, and then continuation. I don't know if I would actually. I don't think I would actually like just soup the BISI. I think I would wait for either some kind of swing, some kind of like 1 minute breaker, some kind of PD array, like telling you, okay, it's time to go back up now. Otherwise, your stop's going to be at least 50 points here, because we could come all the way back down to London to back down into the breaker. So we'll see. But we should make a BISI there, I would imagine, unless something drastic happens here. It's not even 2 standard. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Asia was a big range then. Well, let's check it out. Yeah, that is a good range for Asia. So this is where I would start to get a little nervous if I was long NQ, because now look what's going on. My 5 minute is now starting to not close over the previous 5 minute, telling me that a pullback is possible here. Doesn't mean I'm going short, but it just means like, okay, this is where like I'm getting nervous. If I chased up here, I would be getting out right now, because this is showing you lack of strength now. This is where you could have a pullback. Yeah, ES dumping. Yeah, ES has dumped 7 points in like a minute. I guess that's a couple minutes, about 5 minutes. But still, like, remember, we still got to make sure. Still would like to see ES close above previous day high here, or ES, NQ. All right, let's see where 50 sits. I don't know if we go all the way to 50 because we're just stupid bullish here, but 50 would take us back down to the gap. Right, so 9 a.m. is a good example of what kind of we'll be looking for at 10 o'clock, assuming the hourly closes bullish, right? You had oh, you had 9 o'clock open right here. Look what happens. Boom, boom, boom. What was it? 905, 910 reversal, and then you have distribution. That's what we're looking to catch here. That's why I always say you don't want to just chase on the first move of the hourly. First move is 9 times out of 10 going to be manipulation. Actually, you're always going to have it. Most likely, unless you have a devil's mark, which we know are pretty rare on the hourly. You got to have some kind of wick. It's kind of same thing I was looking at on gold. No interest, like on NQ. I don't care really about this candle unless it takes the previous candle's high or low, which you just did. So what happens now? Does it close back above, or does it fail to fit, or does this one fail to close above as well, or fail to close above as well? If so, that's definitely showing weakness. Check gold. There goes gold. See how just by watching this candle, how it failed to close below this ITL that I talked about, and this 5-minute candle here, just seeing that is like, it's just that signature of like, okay, maybe this thing doesn't want to go lower right now. You know, it doesn't mean you have to exit your short, but just again, like I always say, expect some turbulence. So we'll see how this 5-minute candle closes here on NQ. If this thing does not close, it's almost short. It's almost tempting to short it, but I'm not going to short it right for 10 o'clock. But I don't want to short because I'm still bullish here. But I'm expecting a pullback now, though. I'm expecting like a move back down to like the gap. If 50% here, like if you have two candles now that fail to close above there, that would be my guess here. Could be completely wrong. Who knows? But if I was to short this, it would look something like this. I would just look to get in here. My stop would just be above this wick, and then I'll look for, I think 50% was like down here around that gap, and you're looking at a 2-hour trade there. Like I don't have enough context, right? I'm not like, it feels like 10 o'clock and this was like 10-15 reversal happening right now. Then yes, I would try it. Why? Because then I have context. I have time on my side, and then like if the hourly was closing back inside the range as well, but then here the hourly is going to close above, so it's pretty much against my rules to short. If the hourly is closing bullish, right? I don't want to trade against the hourly. The only time I will trade against the hourly is if I'm only looking for like 50% of the range. Looks like it's just going to keep on ripping here. So we'll see if it would have been a stop out. Like I said, not a trade I would actually take it, but it did not happen there. So it just shows you how strong it actually is. What's old ES doing? ES should close above. My guess is that we're going to put in this 15-minute BISI. Question is, will we? If we're gonna put in the BISI, I would prefer to see the 15 like close above here, and then get a little dip like we had at 9 o'clock. Get into the BISI, get long, target -4. That would be the play here. What would confirm that would be, I mean, if we get another candle close below, then you're gonna have a triple. You're gonna have like a triple sweep on that high. Oh, like I said, that's why we just wait. We'll just wait. We wait for the hourly to kind of tell us. By the way, it goes to show, like, this candle's already expanded 80 points, and we're getting towards the end of the hour. how much more can you really expect it to keep expanding here before the new, without a new candle? All right, so what I want to watch now is obviously we're gonna have a very bullish close here on the hourly. So, but I know I know we have a clear 15-minute BISI below us. But I would still. So what I'll do is what I always show you. What I always show you guys. We'll draw out the quadrants here of your hourly candle, and we're gonna try to align that with a PD array to the right or to the left. And then you go down to your lower time frame. What do you see? You got 50 of the hourly sitting there. Where's that 15-minute BISI sit? So CE of that 15-minute BISI looks like it sits right with the gap and 50% of the whole thing of the hourly candle. So any kind of like move down here, and then you get like a 5-minute sweep and a 5-minute close back inside. That's a great long. That's great. It's a great long targeting 10 o'clock high, and then half position off maybe there, and whatever you want to do, and then something else for a -4. What will tell me if we're gonna get 50 is if this candle cannot close back above this high again. Then a move to 50% should be on. That'll be 3 times now. And then that aligns with a what? If I'm expecting bullish continuation, what am I expecting at 10 o'clock? I'm expecting the first move to be what? To be down. First move down, and then distribution. So we got what? 30 seconds till this thing closes. We'll see what happens. Believe. Where is my BISI? BISI is that 840 low. So it's that low. All right. Yeah, no reason we shouldn't go tap that BISI. Especially if this candle closes like this. Doesn't mean you short to him, but oh, there's 15 points there. No, just wait. Just wait. We just kind of see the weakness here. Now, the crazy thing would be, which I don't think is going to happen, is if we pump first, go up to -4, and then we get a 10 o'clock reversal. I think that's way too much to ask for here. That's a pretty big move. All right, there's your BISI. Let's see if that takes us down to 50% here. So the short would have worked. You would have got stop ran first, obviously with that sweep there. You can just kind of tell, right? As soon as you start getting candles that stop failing to close above the previous candle, you might want to rethink your position if it's going against your position, or at least expect turbulence. All right, so we'll see if we hit 9 a.m. 50. Did ES? Okay, so ES did close above. Did NQ close above? NQ also closed above. So I'm still bullish here. Nothing I want to short. It can dip all the way, and I'm not gonna short it because I'm not gonna fade the hourly. So best case, let me get rid of this. Is really a lot here. There we go. So the hourly closing above previous day high on both indices is something that I don't want to short here. If I was going to short it, would have been this little scalp to 50. But I would rather just wait for the along here. But so if we're gonna get along, I'm expecting it to be inside of here. Now, best case, I mean, for me, an ideal entry would be this candle closes. You guys should already know what I'm going for. This candle closes, next candle swipes it, closes back inside. There's your entry. But ES is almost, ES is about 50%. ES right at midnight. ES off of midnight could be good. ES on, if you guys are not watching ES on midnight of ES, you need to. I think it's better than NQ's midnight. And I think that lines up right around 50%. Actually, it's gonna be a little bit lower than 50%. Close. So Problem is, there's not even a good chance for a breaker here. You could have a 30-second breaker. This could be a little 30 seconds. That's not the tool that I wanted. It's kind of early. It's also kind of early, like for just like. I mean, you can definitely you can have manipulation in the first minute or the first 15 minutes of the hourly candle. So we'll see if this 30-second wants to make a breaker here. And ES just blew through midnight. Again, no. Remember, we had the same thing kind of happen yesterday. So you don't want to start chasing shorts here and be like, oh, this is what's the word I'm looking for? Not I can't think of the word. Help me. What's another word for speed? What's the other word? I can't remember. All right. But remember, we had the same move yesterday. I don't know. It's another word for speed. I think it starts with a D. I don't know. All right. No. Velocity is a good one, but no. It's not the word I'm looking for anyway. But remember, we had this big move yesterday too, right? Where we had a big move down here. And what did this happen to be? This happened to be, obviously it's very, very hindsight, but we had -4 sitting up here, right? So we're still kind of sitting there. We had -4 sitting up here, so I still had to draw higher. But look what happens, right at 10 o'clock. What formed here? This formed your 4-hour wick. Remember, your first hour at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock can be complete manipulation for your 4-hour candle, making your a 4-hour wick. So that's why yesterday, like, the word is displacement, by the way. You had displacement to the downside here, kind of like what we just seen there, and we're gonna have a 30-second breaker. Hang on, we got 30-second breaker here. Hang on, we're not even gonna get a 5-minute confirmation here. Let's see. I'm gonna try this 30-second breaker if we get it. I think we 8:34 entry. Let's see if I can draw it out. This could get wrecked because it's a little early, but he's looking for the high. Stop at the low. And I just missed my tag, didn't I? I think I just missed my tag. All right, so I think that's a decent trade to try here. Yeah, displacement was the word. I don't like trading without a 5-minute confirmation anymore, but 30-second breaker right off 50, aligning with everything. I think I'm gonna miss it. And ES did not close below on the yeah, you're talking these lows. It closed below in the previous 5-minute, but yeah. It's just gonna go. Would have got the entry. I was just trying to get it in with this, so I had a nice bracket order in. I almost don't like it if it comes back down now, but we'll try it. Still try it if it does. Nope. That's unfortunate. Well, all right, I'm going to cancel order here. So I missed my entry, but what does that mean? Does that mean I'm going to sit here and chase price because I'm mad and I missed the entry? Nope. I mean, I'm going to look back and be like, okay, everything that I expected to happen here played out. The 15-minute candle closes here. The 5-minute candle closes here. Told me 50% was in the cards. And I'm bullish still because of the hourly. So I don't want to short. So I'm just going to wait and I'm going to look for my entry. What happened? Right off 50%. I got my entry. I didn't personally get my entry, but exactly what I expected here. So Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like mad I'm that, but I'm happy that I see, okay, exactly what I wanted is a playing out. Next time I'll catch it. That does suck though. That does suck. Because now look, if this is your hourly wick, hourly wick, now you're in line. You have a lot of room for this candle to now expand up to -4. Yeah, absolutely, Sway. That's it. It sucks. Missed the entry because I was just trying to beat it. I was trying to get a bracket order in, but to see it play out in line there, right? First, that's why like first move of the hour. I don't like the short. Or if I'm bullish, I know I'm looking for a short. I'm looking for a bearish move down. There's still a chance. There are best chance. I would say I don't think it's going to come back down, but if it does, if it comes back down and sweeps this low again, because it's still early, like it's still 10:08. If it some reason wants to come down and sweep this low, then and then if it closes back inside, that's another chance to get to try to try to get long again. And if it closes below, then I really have no interest, and I'll just walk away because I don't want to fade the hourly. But the 5 minutes telling me that price wants to go lower here, but I don't think we're going lower here. Let's see. So I filled this 1 minute busy perfectly. What's up, BMac? What up? Actually, I'm not mining. I might. This Bone and Bissy looks decent, but and you got. Yeah, you just don't have a breaker there. You just got the 30-second breaker. Yep. Mini Bissy formed. What? A 3-minute Bissy? Oh. Gotcha. So I'm assuming this Bissy's gonna hold here. Why is it all bold like that? So 1 minute candle closed above. This high should go. Right, if you're looking at it from like the way I watch the 5-minute chart. Remember, this candle doesn't mean much to me, right? It's just an inside candle of this candle. So the 5-minute, this one will really tell me everything. Do we close above this candle, this previous outside candle, or do we close back inside? It's very tempting just to get in if we retest this Bissy 10 a.m. open and just put a stop like below this IT8, this ITL. It's like a 10-point stop, but don't think this thing's going to stop here. No, everything's aligning. The data wick. Did we have data? But this wick? comes your hourly high. ES is, okay. Maybe I don't want to try anything because ES is not cooperating here. Notice that ES, ES actually swept the 9 o'clock low. So you got a big SMT there. ES swept the 9 o'clock low and did not close below it. So a little uncorrelation here. So maybe this is something that I don't want to be entering right now. Looks like V shape, but man, you do not have any ES helping you here. And I'm assuming that means YM is still dumping. Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot of uncorrelation here. So this is something that I actually don't have no interest in now. Especially if this ES 5-minute candle closes below the 10 o'clock, the 9 o'clock low, then yeah. NQ's gonna have a hard time. Yeah. And NQ's gonna have a hard time getting up here. Might need some Viagra or something. If that thing's gonna get going. It's not looking good. Yep, I would not want to be. Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes here. For ES. If okay, so I'll say this: if ES closes back, you might have a long here, and the better long might be ES. People will say, "Well, ES is weak. Why would you?" But if ES wants to catch up, I'm going to watch. If ES closes, it's got 10 seconds. I don't know if it's going to. You might have you could have a little double sweep if it closes back above this 9 p.m. low or 9 a.m. low, but it's not going to. It's going to close below. Yeah, it's not the best look there for ES. So like if I'm looking to trade ES, I do not want to long anymore. This thing should not be closing below the previous hour low. That's just that's a rule for me, that if you're closing below the previous hour low, then that's my sign that price wants to go lower. And if a SIBI forms here on ES, I expect this SIBI to hold. I'd be looking for another take of the low that swept London. That should be your draw. Oh, I'm glad I seen ES there. I was about to try this 1-minute BISI. Nope, it is not. Notice how price could still not get a candle close over this 5-minute high. Amazing. Pretty crazy though, because like it's tough because I don't want to short because the hourly is still showing bullish, which we could actually we could definitely still make a move up. But like uncorrelation with ES closing below the low, it's like, okay, do I really want to even take anything now? Now you got this SIBI on ES protecting, protected with a midnight just above it. The other thing to notice, let's see here. Bro said, I'm still watching. Remember, these were just inside candles here. And then this candle fails to close above. That was another sign. What did gold end up doing? And gold ended up dumping. Okay. So shorts would have worked out. It had a false flag. So the hourly just swept that high and then closed right back below, and then you get expansion lower. See how the candle closes? Man, we did crazy. We didn't get up into that SIBI though. Sheesh. I guess the Civi would also be in line with your breaker. Your 1 minute, your 5 minute breaker on ES would be sitting right here. But again, you're still fading the hourly, so it's tough. Now what time are we at? We're at 10:18, and we're just haven't really gone anywhere for this hourly candle. You still have good manipulation to the downside. You don't have much manipulation to the upside. So I mean, this thing could still rip here. So it's still got the uncorrelation because ES is closing below. But something I could potentially use to enter here is a swipe on this low, and then wherever this candle closes, if you get some kind of swipe and closes back up inside this candle's low and this candle's low, that would be something that I would long. My stop would just go below this swipe candle. That would be something I would still try long. I'm still bullish. Still bullish just based on the hourly. Nothing on NQ that's telling me to short. Yes, a little different story because you're closing below. So wish there's a little more correlation here, but gold's in some distribution. All right, so we're watching ES here. If you get a 5 minute, if it doesn't, I would expect ES to get up to this SIBI. If you get a bullish close here on the 5 minute, then the question is, do we reject it or do we keep or do we just push on through it? So like if we get like it's tough because like there's no correlation here, but like if I'm just looking at ES by itself, if we come up here, hit this SIBI, because we did not sweep this low, so this will not be a 5 minute swing for me. But if we come up and hit this SIBI, and then we close back below it, that could be that would be something that I would try for short. Why? Because I have context. The only context I don't have is the hourly close bullish. But if I'm closing below the hourly low, then if I'm getting some kind of bearish setup after the hourly low gets closed below, that's confirming that shorts are still on. So if we hit this SIBI, close back below it, that's something where I can try to get short. And my stop is literally just going to be the size of the wick, and I can target these lows again. That's if like everything aligns. My hourly aligns and whatnot too. I might still try it. We'll see how it looks. But I think like I said, I'm still on NQ. I'm still bullish here. NQ's not even getting. It got below 50% once here and it's still holding. So the only thing I don't like on NQ right now is we had a candle close below here without sweeping this low. So right now it's just an inside candle. So this candle is not telling me much of anything. It's not a candle that I would look to enter on, is a better way to put it. Going long. Yeah, if you want a long ES, make sure you get a close above midnight as well, because this is kind of what I'm expecting here. There's your Cibi tap. Like on a normal day, if my hourly aligns, this is a good Cibi to take. Because why? I mean, this is your confirmation. Your confirmation is the close below. So your PD array that happened right there should support price to its further sell side as long as sell side wasn't delivered first. But the problem is your hourly is still bullish, but your hourly close bullish. You're already well below that hourly low. So see how ES closes here. So like if I wanted to short ES, it would look something like, say it closes here, I would look to short maybe I'm looking for like 50% of the weight. Keep my stop smaller. My stop's just going to go to the high. Maybe I protect it with a little bit above midnight, and I'm going for those lows, maybe even -4. That's something that that's a normal trade that I would be looking for, as well. So we'll see if it happens. Problem is, NQ is still looking bullish here, so you still have that uncorrelation going on. We could have an hour of, we could have one of those 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock chop hours. That's kind of what it's looking like now. And if so, that's okay too, because then we have what? Then we have where your 10 o'clock high sits here, assuming we make a new high before that. But like if this is your 10 o'clock, then we can look for a sweep of 10 o'clock low and then maybe get long at 11 o'clock. Right? Then you have manipulation down and then back up. Looking like a bull flag. All right. Little bull flag action. Let's see how this 5-minute closes here on ES. All right, so it closed below the Cibi. I'm not a fan. Yeah, this looks like chop to me now. I only say that because of this. 5-minute could not close above it, just swipe the high. So now you could have 50% of this candle redelivered now, and then you're just gonna stay in chop. Do not touch any of this, guys. Unless you're in for like the 30-second breaker or something down here, your stops at this low, then I do not recommend entering anything here. You're long ES. All right. So the only thing I don't like on ES is just we could not close. If we close inside that Cibi, I would have a lot more faith. Yeah, you do have a nice breaker there. That is a nice breaker that's holding. You're talking about this breaker. 1-minute candle, they're still respecting 50 of it. I'd have a lot more faith in longs if this 5-minute candle closed above here. But to me, it just looks like an hour of chop. At least for NQ. Obviously, ES made a big move down here. And well, which is okay if NQ wants to stay strong up here like this, and then we hit 11 o'clock, and then we get a swipe on 10 o'clock low, and then get a long. That's something else. That's 100% something we're trying here. Why? Because remember, if I'm looking at this from like a 5-minute standpoint, I don't really care like what this candle is doing. I'm only watching this hourly high and low. Why? Because this is the last candle that took the previous hour, your 8 o'clock hour high or low, and showed us some kind of price movement here. So notice that this candle's, remember this candle failed to close above here, and I was like, okay, well, it likely means we're gonna deliver 50. When I'm talking 50, I'm only talking 50 of the previous candle. I mean, so I'm always watching the closes, because then you can kind of tell, okay, well, we should deliver 50, like 50 of that candle's range. Same thing that I look for on the hourly, right? Remember, time is fractal. So Doc is referring to this 1 minute breaker right here on ES, the 1016 1 minute candle. Right her. Be a good sign if the 5 minute candle closes like this. If it does, so what I'll do is, not saying I'll enter if we get like a 5 minute candle like that, because I still think chop could be in the cards. But so I'm looking at my 5 minute wick, assuming it closes bullish. I'm looking, okay, what can I enter on? Oh, I see like a little bissy inside of the, oh, and this is the, remember the box is the inside of the wick of the 5 minute candle. So I can look for a PD array to assist me long here if we get a dip down here and this when this 5 minute candle closes, assuming we don't take them to the 9 o'clock high first. So close bullish. I look for manipulation of the first couple minutes of the new 5 minute candle, right? OLHC, and then I can look to get long here. Will I take it if we take the 9 o'clock high? Probably not. But we'll try it if we get bullish here. And then stop will just be the wick low. And we left the devil's mark there. Ooh. So see how this 1 minute candle closes. And we left equal lows. All right, I'm going to try a long. We'll try a long sitting here at 57. See if we can get tagged in. Right at the open. Ooh, not a fan of this stop. And that's like a 1-to-1. It's not a great trade. But what was that? It's about 20-point stop. I guess, I mean, we can move the RR up for -4, I guess, but I'm just looking to get enter. Actually, let me give a limit order put in here and buy. Give it a shot. So what time is it? It's 10:30. So like, if we're gonna start any distribution, it has to be like now. So if we're gonna make any kind of move higher this hour, then it should be like now. Not like an ES there. Yeah, ES rejected midnight. ES did close inside that civvy. We get tagged in? Nope, not yet. Yeah, ES is just not cooperating. No, ES can't even get above midnight or the 9 p.m. low. Can't. This is like, it's like a B setup or so. I would not consider this. It's not A+, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's awful. I wish I had another contract so I could like try to get up to -4, but actually I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to hold this for -4. I'll just go break even at the 9 o'clock high. Or if we close back inside the 9 o'clock high, then I'll if we swipe 9 o'clock high and close back inside, I'll exit the trade there because we're gonna deliver 50 back down at that point. We'll give her a run here. We did not even get in the Bissy, but remember it's 10:30, so I really don't want to see price crashing through the through the open of the hourly candle here. Why? Because we should be in distribution mode higher, right? All your manipulation was to the downside. Your wick, your hourly manipulation wick is lower, so we should be pushing higher. So I'm looking for, oh, we have a bullish 5-minute candle close. So like if this is like a swing low, I'm looking to get in right around the open of this candle. So what did I do? I look for a BISI a little bit lower. Obviously, it didn't get the BISI because I see the 10 o'clock open sitting right there. And I'm not expecting price to really crash through 10 o'clock open. So that's a spot where I'm looking to get long. If we start closing below 10 o'clock open, then maybe I just close the trade, or it hits my stop first. So what I want to see now is I want to see price close above this a 9 o'clock high. I do not want to see it close back below. I will go to break even now as well. Actually, I'm gonna move stop just below that 5-minute wick. And I'm looking for the trigger on -4, which is 917.75. And then if we get a dip, I'll re-enter, and then we'll try to attack -4. Stops will not move for the rest of the trade because I would not, if this candle closes over the 9 o'clock high, I would not expect price to come back to this low. If it does, then we're gonna continue chopping, and I don't want to be in it anymore anyway. And if this candle closes below the 9 o'clock high, then I'm gonna exit for whatever it is in profit. Because I do not want to see us swipe 9 o'clock high, because then it's going to come all the way back down and hit 50%. It's going to come back to my break even anyway. I might as well just take my profit where it's at. Nice duck. Printing. I actually got to be careful. I might have to close some accounts here because they might hit consistency early. What are we at? 80? 900? Yeah, I'm actually going to move to 900 because that's actually consistency. But I would expect it to go up here. I got to fix my funded accounts that this is in on as well, so I can. All right. So stops at break even now. We could be closed above. I would not want to see price back to this 5-minute low now. I would expect expansion now. Yep, a consistency stop out. That's what I said. Because this is not, it's not all awful, but for these evals, yeah, it's gotta be the spot. Actually, this account can go a little more, so I'm at the exit manually on the other accounts. This one can go all the way up. We're gonna go. I'm going for the 917. I'm just gonna close my other accounts manually and turn off the copy trader here. Don't like that 5-minute low. Do not like that. Let's see. This is a lucid flex. So I think I can go up to what? I can go up to 51.5. So I can go another 40 points or so. Okay, so I'm good to get up to 917. All right, so I need to turn off. Okay, I got to turn off my trade copier here. Sorry, guys, we're not looking at Pariah. I've got to fix this. Do not want to be in consistency trouble. Uh, 907 should be good, I think. Yeah, 907 should be good, and the other one should be good. And 907. All right. And stops are all still in place. All right, perfect. I think we're good now. So now we're just watching. Now I'm watching, does this candle close above? If this candle closes back below, then this devil's mark's going, and this 5-minute BISI is obviously going to get tagged. But I would like to see, I would expect to see this. I would expect this BISI to hold then, just because I'm getting bullishness here. And anybody chasing those lows on ES got wrecked. But that's why it's a great example of A great example of if you just trade in the direction your hourly candle is closing, it will keep you out of so much trouble. There will be times where ES goes down and takes this low, and the hourly didn't tell you. But guess what? You didn't take a wrong trade. You just didn't get into a trade, and that's okay. That's not gonna blow your account. Blowing your account is gonna be when you're fading the hourly. So just trade in the direction of it. It's an easy way to keep a bias at all times, and only trade that way. Really don't want to see this thing close below it, back inside the range here of this 5-minute candle. All right, I'm just going to mark -4 because I'm tired of looking at this KP&L indicator. It's a little too much today. I don't know why. There's -4. All right. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, there's news. Well, there's news. We're going to get stopped to break even. What was that? Well, I'm glad the stops were in place. What was that? There's got to be news. Let's see here. I'm gonna make sure all my accounts are closed. Hang on, guys. Here. All right, yeah. Make sure there's no open orders. What was that? Go figure. Well, look at that. There's just on the ITL. Had to be new. That's a 100-point candle there. And if you learn anything, especially always keep a stop in place no matter what. Okay, I'm done. Yep. Yep. That's some BS. Yep. All right, Lissa. We'll see. Yeah. Still think we go up here, but man, that's dumb. That's stupid. Yeah, still delivered what? Still got like 50 points. No TPs though, but that's all right. And she's gonna go all the way back up now. Watch. All right. So how can I re-attack this now? I really have no more interest now. I'd rather just wait till 11 o'clock. But can it go all the way back up? Yep. But this candle just closed below. Granted, that's looks like a news candle, I'm assuming. Is there anything in the news feed? Had to be something, right? Yeah, all I'm seeing is just now the crude oil, but that was 10 minutes ago. No idea what that was. NVIDIA China? Okay. Well, that explains it. This swipe here, and failing to close anything. Wow, ES took a new low. Holy cow. This thing doesn't change my bias. It doesn't change my bias at all, but it changes. How much slippage did I get there? Like $29 of slippage? Get out of here. Guess that's not bad. In an actual live account, it would have been a lot worse. Oh, yeah. Now it's ugly. Now it's ugly, and I'll just wait till wait for 11. Where's that weekly high? So it sits there. So I can see a pull. The only thing I can really see now is kind of a pullback at 11 o'clock. If we could take -4, take -4 in that weekly high and fail to close above it, then maybe there's a bigger pullback of this range. But well, that's silly. Guess in this market, you just gotta take green when you see it. But that's all right. That's all right. We'll try to re-enter something here. But all right, guys, I'll be right back. All right. Well, where can we just wait now? Did I have anything on gold? Gold still look at gold hourly. It still will not close below London. I'll be watching this on gold. You have another hourly swipe here. You're still failing to close below London. Yeah, Doc said it best. We'll just stay patient here. Wait for 11. See if that see if 11 wants to swipe 10 o'clock low and then maybe give us some kind of long setup. And we're still respecting 50 of that 9 o'clock hour. But for me, there's no kind of entry here. Right, my 5 minute is still telling me we could go back down to this low because of this candle close. Do we have to? No, but like, so I don't want to long yet until I see something close back above, which I don't want to chase here because then we're gonna be right at the -4 trigger. I'm expecting this 5 minute BISI to hold, but I don't have enough context for me. Like the hourly is looking good, but it's not. But it hasn't closed yet. So if the hourly was closed and you had this 5 minute BISI here, I would be looking for a long on gold right at 50% of this little leg, right at CE of that 5 minute BISI. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let me get rid of all this stuff here. Uh-oh. Oh, I just got a DM from a Mark. I can only imagine what he just said. He said, "Fuck, this is brutal." Yeah, I completely agree, Mark. Completely agree. But we're either going to continue to chop or we're just going to start a slow grind here. The only thing else, like I said, is maybe there's a short off -4 net weekly high, or we get a -4 play. Remember, -4 would take us up here. Maybe we get a -4 play here, and then there's some kind of BISI here. We can align to get long and then target -4. Yeah, sure was, TN. Sure was. Yeah, we were long. We bottom ticked the long. We were in right at this candle's open. We had about 2 ticks of drawdown or so. And NVIDIA news. That's all right. The key is not getting tilt there at that point and re-entering, trying to get your loss back if you took a loss, or just being mad because you got broke even. I've tilted a lot because I've gone break even before too. It's almost as bad as taking a loss. Oh yeah, them Ravens though. John Harbaugh to the Browns. Yep, tilt. How's your tilt been going lately, steak sauce? Been good? Great. No, there's just a lot of rumors right now. Obviously, there's always going to be rumors now, but I only because Harbaugh is from the Cleveland area, and he grew up in the Cleveland area. He grew up a Browns fan, Indians fan, all that good stuff. So that's why I think there's a lot more ties to it. The question is, does he want that job? Kind of like the Raiders. Do they want? Well, looks like we're just gonna get stopped out, and then we're gonna run up to our TP potentially, but. That's true. That's true. Wow. FYI, is anybody here using TradeSyncer? feel like I don't know if Mark would want me to say this, but I feel like it needs to be known. He said his trade sinker failed on that dip, and it didn't exit his four follower accounts, and it blew them all. So maybe a little. That's a little. That's something that just happened with Mark. So just a little info. Not saying not to use them, but just saying that that's it's a possibility of happening. Yeah. And there goes and here comes our TP. That's so dumb. But again, the idea was right. We just had some kind of news. We had the news candle. Dang. Tradeovate really needs to get their trade copier going. All right, so remember, I don't really care about this inside candle here. I'm more watching this candle's high, and do we close above it? So we close below it. Might expect like a little pullback here first. I still expect higher, but maybe we get a little pullback at first here. That's what that means. Doesn't mean that, but yep. Still pretty crappy. Yeah, still got. I mean, there's still opportunities here though. There's still we still could have a -4 play. We could, if this can make a 5-minute BISI without hitting or without hitting that -4. This could be a very good BISI to get long in to go for a -4. Yep. What up, Josh? How you been? Been a minute. Been a minute. Nice. Glad to hear it. The trading gods are treating you right. I hope. Been working a real job. Gross. Still blowing accounts? Oh no. I don't think that'll ever end. Like I still blow accounts. Yep. What I don't want to see us close below here. Below here, then we're gonna hit this BISI first, right? Because if we can't close above this candle's wick, then we're gonna have a little pullback first, and we're gonna go hit this BISI before hitting -4. Just wait. Did that gold BISI work? Okay, it's just still kind of chopping there. I like that gold did not. I like that gold did not even close inside that BISI. It's a good sign for longs. Like I almost wouldn't. I wouldn't if I was long gold. I would not want to see price back below this this low now. It's still It's still a 5-point stop, which is pretty significant on a gold mini. All right, so if this candle closes above this high and the previous, I guess it's these if it closes above both these highs, then this BISI below is a good it's a high probability BISI, especially with -4 sitting right there. Looks like price is really starting to slow down now. Oh, really? Oh, I don't care. Everybody here knows Plio. I'm not a paid Discord. You can talk about any Discord you want. Don't bother me. Whatever helps anybody else, I'm all for it. I think Hildago does it too. Hildago has one earbud connected to Dodgy and then one connected to me. Yeah. Is he? Nice. It's good to hear. So we could not close above that high. Let's see if we get down inside of this BISI now. Yeah, today's kind of messy with this chop here. Yeah, you either had to be in here or you probably got chopped up inside of here at some point. 3 minute, 1 minute, Devil's Mark. Right at CE of that BISI. Okay. Like I said, with -4 so close, no reason we shouldn't go to that, especially with that weekly high. ES isn't at all-time highs yet. Right. Yeah. Yep. Brutal. But at least I know I was right, and it was just a news candle. That's the main thing. Next time there won't be a news candle, and it'll go to a TP. Well, what I'm watching here is, do we hit this BISI and do we close back up outside of it? If we do, I might get long because the stop could be very, very small. -8. Where does -8 take us? Up higher? I like the -4 simply because of that weekly high. I didn't look at -8 though. We got time to take time to take a little gander here if it wants to update. -8? You think we're going -8 today? Oh, I guess it's not bad. It's only 120 points past -4. What do you see up there? Oh, it's gonna run into the old contract. So, oh, average range. Gotcha. Okay, that tracks. So we got 11 o'clock coming in hot, which I would actually prefer. I would prefer us. Best case is we get up to here. 11 o'clock drops us into this BISI. 11 o'clock open is up here, so we have a little manipulation down, hourly wick into a 5-minute BISI with an obvious target of -4 right here. Could be a nice little 30-point play if we get it. Who all we got in here? Oh, what up? What up, Mike? How's it going? If you want to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it. I seen you talking in Kingline a couple. What was it last weekend? Oh yeah, that's right. I said hi. We will be back tomorrow too, guys. We will be back tomorrow. Said hopefully we leave this. Looks like we're gonna leave this 5-minute Bissy open. So our hourly high and low is gonna change. This is gonna be our hourly low, which I don't think we get that deep. But if we do, then I guess we have a. If we get that deep, then we have a nice, have an even better long. But it'd be a hell of a manipulation leg down. Like it'd be so much down. Like, can we have enough time to distribute all the way back up in that hourly kink in that hourly candle? I'd like to see us get down about CE of this Bissy. How did our hourly close? So we closed with a bullish hourly, so it's still bullish on the hourly. All right, here comes our trigger. There's our trigger. Remember our trigger for our -4, which is sitting at 928. So any kind of pullback into the Bissy now, I think, is a fantastic long opportunity. As long as we don't hit -4 first. That's a little late there, Trading View. You're about 10 seconds late. Thanks though. Imagine we close below the 10 o'clock high, and then that means we run 50%. Well, actually, hold on a second. All right, so our hourly closed bullish. I know exactly where this 5-minute Bissy is going to line up. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Right at 20. Remember, if we're bullish on the hourly, we're looking for manipulation down to 25%. Just look what happens to be there. Your 5-minute Bissy, and then you're looking for a further expansion here. Why? Because the hourly is telling you price wants to go higher because of that hourly close above the previous hour. Question is, can we get down to that Bissy first? I'm going to have a long sitting right at 87. Which would actually be a little bit lower than it'd be about our 20-point retrace. That would line up with our 20-point retrace. Yeah, it'll be a little bit lower, but. All right, so 87 is going to be a long sitting there. Actually, I got time to draw out the bracket, so let's just draw the bracket. Yeah, ES is not as pretty. No, because ES dug back so far. I'm kind of stop. I'm gonna roll with this. With that. Let's make it an even 2R trade. Yeah, that works. Watch us go to 50% and stop me out. Just we'll see if we can get it though. I guess I have to actually enter the order. All right. No, we'll cancel if we hit -4. And then we'll see what happens. Remember, we got -4 should be obvious just because of this weekly high. Now remember, if our first move up on the hourly is, we're gonna hit -4. Boo. Maybe. If our first move is up, there's a chance that we get a pullback here. If we cannot close above -4, and we cannot close above that that weekly high from December or whatever it was, then there's a chance that we could have a short on our hands, back down to 50%. Because our first move is up, and if we're failing to close above that weekly high. If this 5-minute goes up here and closes above it, then the longs continue and follow the hourly. Now, because the hourly is bullish, if I'm looking to short, I'm only looking to short down to 25%, and then a runner to 50%. Why? Because I'm shorting against the hourly time frame. That is the only time that I will fade the hourly candle close. but my TP is only 25% instead of 50. Because remember, if we're bullish, I'm expecting 25% to hit and then continuation. So I still have context for why a short could work here. But I need to have a candle close and everything else has to align. So all right, let me get rid of. We kind of got a lot going on here. So we're gonna try along 25%. If somehow we get up there, if we somehow we can get down to there before -4, this is best case. If this thing pulls back all the way from here and then goes to here, that's best case. I would be surprised too, Doc. Same. I'm assuming we get there first. So we do have a little SMT It's kind of like a candle close SMT. Looks like -4 is coming in hot, but ES could not close above 10 o'clock high here so far. Doesn't mean it's not going to, but this could mean this could be what starts our potential pullback. Maybe if we're not going to get -4. If we want an entry, we need ES to a dump here. How it's failing to close over 10 o'clock high. It's got to be ES that helps NQ pull back here. Oh, there's just too many lines today. What's gold doing? Gold's just chopping, still holding that 5-minute BISI though. I expect gold to continue higher here. All these highs should go, and so yeah. So now you're gonna have that hourly close. Still remember, gold cannot close below. This is your London low on gold. Notice that the candle closes are not closing anywhere below it. Not even good. It's looked like it's a 1 to 2, but it still has not. Which tells me that a reversal could be in store, at least up to this hourly SIBI. Actually, the hourly SIBI is also going to be at 46. I guess I can just look at this. 4664.2. What's the RR if I take that? So say I get in at the BISI. 64.2. It's like a 1 R. 1.5 R. Come on, IQ, pull back. I'm going to try this on gold. I'm just going to have a limit order sitting here. See if I can get tagged. If it'll let me. It's not letting me. We'll have to draw it again. All right, NQ still just sitting right there, right below -4. It's probably just going to crush through it here any second. We'll just go to 1. We'll make it pretty much 1 R trade. It's a pretty big stop. That's like a 1,000-point stop on gold on a mini. It's pretty substantial. I'm gonna take this trade, but I'm gonna do it on micros because that stop's way too big. Let me go to micros. NQ still is doing nothing. All right, let's go to micros. What in the world? Okay. We'll go here. We're going for 4466.2. We'll go 4464 just because micros and differential. And we'll go with something like that. Oh, I'm not logged in. No wonder why that's the issue here. Oh, because I'm logged in on the other thing. All right, that's right. I can't do it on two different charts, so I'll take it over here. Remember, NQ did this yesterday with NQ did this yesterday with oh, I just got rid of all my stuff. Did this. It got very close to -4. It triggered -4, and then we had a extensive pullback. Remember this pullback right here. That's what we're praying for today. Maybe not that extensive because I want to get in at this BISI, but remember right now, ES is giving us a short signal, right? It's failing to close above 10 o'clock high, meaning we could definitely get a pullback on ES here. Or ES hourly did not close. ES hourly closed. I would say this is more bullish than bearish, just because of you swiped the low, swiped all these lows, and you did not close below any of these hourly lows. So like if I was bullish, if I'm bullish on ES, which I would be because of this close, I'm looking to get long inside of this wick somewhere. So same thing for NQ. So I would want to see a pullback first, right? First part of the hour, manipulation, and then take it higher. Same thing for hopefully NQ here. Which I gotta see. I think I got logged out. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, there's our bracket order. Let's go. MGC. Is it MCGs? Yeah, okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, never mind. Gold's just gonna go. That's all right. So I'm gonna cancel all orders on gold. I'm just gonna watch NQ now. Come on, NQ, give us a pullback. We got a new 5-minute BISI here. That's gonna be tough to get through, I think. Like I said, remember, whenever we trigger -4, I want to see at least like a 20-point pullback before I'm trying to get long. Otherwise, your risk reward's pretty. I mean, yeah, it's like a free. It's a free 15 points at some point. But how much drawdown are you going to take? So at least 20 makes it a little bit better. But it looks like this BISI, yeah. So this is something else I talk about a lot. And it isn't hindsight because it's working now. But we talk about. So I'm bullish here, right? Because we closed above the previous hour high. Now, when you're making a BISI that forms over a BISI that forms while closing over that previous hour high, those are also highly high probability BISIs or SIBIs. Remember the same one we had on ES down here, right? We closed below. This was 9 a.m. low. It gave us a little reaction. Pull back to the breaker entry, but and then it obviously didn't work because you were fading the hourly. But like on this, the hourly is bullish, so this BISI should hold price. I'm gonna close this because I think we hit it. But your BISIs, SIBIs that are closing below, as long as that close, as long as that close lines up with your hourly bias being the close above or below on the hourly, and then you're getting a 5-minute close that corresponds with the hourly, it's going to be very, very good. If that makes sense. I think I worded that right. Captain Jack, what's going on? Why is Captain Jack in here? So 2 ticks from -4. Yeah. So we could still get it. Even better if we pull back now. But I expect this BISI to hold 100%. just simply because I just noticed that it formed a BISI over the hourly high, over the previous hour high. That should absolutely hold. That should absolutely hold a price here. What's this entry? It is 44.52. Three. I am putting a buy limit on gold, by the way. I'm putting a buy limit 442 stop, 52 entry. Just like 3 micros. It's like a 1-to-1 R trade up to 44.64. Unless we tag it first. NQ struggling with it though. Struggling. Once ES gets going though, it should be good. Remember, notice how ES is not closing below any candles here. Not very bearish yet. Nothing bearish. Thanks, Captain Jack. Appreciate that. Wow, even if we do get some kind of we're not gonna get an entry all the way down there. There's absolutely no way. All right, I'm gonna cancel this. All right, there's -4. Now the question is, how we should push up to 935, which is that weekly high from 2 weeks ago, I believe it is. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Then the question is, do we close above that? If we swipe that and close below, I'm fading the hourly, but I have a little context because 5-minute could not close above it, and then I can my low hanging fruit target would just be 25%. My stop would be small enough to where I could target that. But I would still expect this BISI to hold us to get us up to that 935. I wouldn't be long in it, but like just if I'm sitting here watching price, it's the BISI I'm expecting to hold. No, if we get like if we get like a candle like this, if say this candle was up here and after it swiped this high, we get a candle like this, that's my short. And I'm looking to short like 50% of this, and my stop's here. My stop's literally just the high, and I'm looking for 25%, which was what probably it was CE of this BISI. So even if I just go to the top of the BISI, I mean, you're still looking at a 4-hour trade, not even down to 25%. So, but I'm trading on with that. I'm trading with a 5-minute confirmation here. I'm only trading down to not even 25%, and I'm trading along with time because my first move of the hourly. Remember, look, I have barely any manipulation below the hourly open. So there's a chance that there's actually there's actually another thing here too. We'll go over that in a second. But my first move up on the hourly is up. And then if I'm starting to get a reversal around, what time is it? 11:15, 11:20. That could be, my manipulation of the hourly candle is up, and then I have a move down for the rest of the hour. 100% possible here, which then leads me to my second point, where if we're gonna be bearish, which I'm not bearish here, right? Not like bear. I'm just saying this is like absolutely possible though. Where our first move of our 4-hour candle was a what? Our 4-hour candle, a 4-hour candle open was here. What if this is just forming our 4-hour candle wick, right? And now the rest of our 4-hour candle is going to distribute back down inside the range. Which distribution of your 4-hour candle doesn't mean we going all the way back down here, but it could mean that your distribution is just like a slow grind, sloppy, choppy grind back down is inside the range here. It could be technically your 4 hour distribution too. So you're trading, you have 4 hour time frame, hourly time, based on your open, high, low closes that you could be trading in the direction here. So if you have like a 4 hour trade, like a 4 hour trade, and it's like a 10 point stop, give the damn thing a try. And why not? You got to lose you got to lose 4 or 5 of those to end up even being red. I mean, give it a shot. But obviously, want to see that higher time frame key a level hit first, though. So still nothing yet. But if we got a candle like this off of this level, then absolutely. And my stops literally like 50. My entry would be about 50% of this candle. Stop at the high, and I'm looking for a big move down. Hope that makes sense. Just always combining time with which direction your hourly candles could possibly go and why they could. Like, because you would be fading the hourly candle close, but this thing could have just closed bullish here, telling us that we want that weekly high up here, and then your reversal starts. Which what would confirm what would really confirm if this is if we're gonna have a substantial move back on the hourly. I'm talking like 50% of this hourly move. Which actually, looking at this, say we could go up and take that high. Look where 50% sits. Basically, back down with that. Basically, be like a mitigation block, but with the width of those highs. But what would confirm? What would confirm that we're gonna have a bigger pullback? It's kind of an open question, but I'll just go over it. Is if obviously we sweep this high, but then you come back, we sweep this high, and then this hourly closes back down inside this range as well as obviously it would have to sweep this high and close back inside of this range. I am looking for shorts. I'm looking to get short. If this hourly candle closes below this candle's low and sweeps this high, I am looking for shorts inside. I'm looking for a lower time frame PD array inside of this hourly wick, stop above this hourly high, and I'm targeting 50% of this range. And that's a great short to take. Why? Because you have our hourly context. You have your hourly cannot close above the previous hour high, which already tells you should see 50% of this candle at least. Now you can't close above a weekly high. You should be looking for 50% back down here as well. All based on how are your candles closing. And it looks like gold's going to deliver here. So nice play out of the hourly BISI, out of the 5-minute BISI. Yep. Remember, just looking at those hourly candles. Gold is not something that you want to short when you see this signature right here. No candle closes below. Same concept, right? This is the same concept that I'm talking about on NQ here. If we get it, that's bullish on gold, obviously, and this would be a bearish setup on gold if we got it. You're failing to close. Pay attention to your hourly candle closes will tell you so much. You don't want to fade it. Look at that right there. Your London lows right here, no close below. Why would you want to be short there? If it took 4 hours to 4 hourly candles could not close below, you probably don't want to be short anymore. And there she goes. She's ripping. Had to be some kind of news. But that 4 hour that 5-minute BISI was right, which I like that 5-minute BISI, but at the time I didn't have my hourly close. I mean, I had my previous hourly closes like these lows, but the latest hourly candle was not closed yet. $22 points off -4, yeah. Yeah, we had failed to close above -4. Let's look at our 10 o'clock low. Let's get our 25% marked out here. Where's our 10 o'clock high? 10 o'clock high is here. This is interesting timing, though, for NQ to be reversing. Very interesting. Because this could be like the time aligns, right? The time aligns for a bigger like reversal, like distribution the rest of the hour. Maybe not distribution all the way back down, but maybe like at least like a slow grind, but a slow chop grind back down, and then maybe 12 o'clock goes. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens out of this Bissy. Should be your draw right now. It would just be a weird time to go down here, hit this, and then start reversing back up. Like 11:30 would be like a weird time, but we'll see. See what we get. If we hit this Bissy and close back up outside of it, that might be a long that I try. Kind of the same. Kind of the same thing here. If we hit this Bissy, cannot close a body inside of it, and we're closing back up outside of it, it's probably not a spot you want to be short. So why not go long? You know, and then you have obvious target up here, and your stop would be this low. Yeah, that is the thing. We did hit -4 right at 11:15, and now we're getting a bigger pullback. So that's why I would wait. I wouldn't just long this Bissy now because we did hit -4. But if we're getting a 5-minute bullish like swing out of it, a bullish swing just means a sweep and a close back inside the previous 5-minute candle. Then that's my bullish signature that we could potentially move. We could potentially move up here, but. But yeah, the only thing you would be fading is time because, like what Doc said, like we got this bearish reversal candle right at 11:15, where we expect the same time that we expect hourly manipulation to end. What up, Marshall? We were long. We bottom ticked this entry. We entered on this. The bottom of this wick was basically our entry. Two ticks above the bottom of this wick. We entered on the open of this candle. Aiming for -4, and you see what happened. We had a news candle from Nvidia stop us out at break even, and then she went. So yeah, sure did. Spicy, why is your name all weird like that? Is that on Nitro? It's got to be a Nitro thing, right? All right, so what I'm watching here, I'll try a little long scalp if we can close back up outside this Bissy. And we close back inside the range of this candle, I will just mark it in, and my stop will go below this 5-minute low. But I need to close back inside here, and I need to close. Obviously, if we close back inside, basically, I need to close back inside this candle's range. That's me waiting for confirmation. I'm not just going to long it because I could be fading hourly distribution here, just based on the timing of this pullback here. So I'd rather have 5-minute confirmation on my side. And then what's that also do? Say we close back in here, it keeps my stop relatively small. If I'm longing this Bissy, my stop's got to go like way down here. So this keeps my stop relatively small. And then I have a relatively small stop, and I have 5-minute confirmation. And yeah, we just missed 25% too. 25%. This is just the grades of your hourly candle here. Man, the gold long was good. And then if this candle closes below, I'm expecting more downside. I'm expecting us to re-sweep this candle's low because we missed 25%, and then potentially moving on to 50%. Man, every day I'm like grateful for a -4 because otherwise, like, imagine the people that just got like wrecked that were chasing that weekly high. They're like, why did we reject there? What happened? So grateful for that level. Now we're This is kind of it's almost like a 5-minute unicorn sitting here. That's kind of be like a 5-minute breaker. So if we're gonna bounce, I would expect it to be inside of here, especially with lining up with 25%. But then again, I need confirmation because I'm going against time. And looks like we're gonna have another 5-minute candle close below, so that could mean we actually want to make a push for that 10 o'clock low. Which, if you look at, oh my gosh, ES is gonna deliver. ES is gonna deliver 50% of the hourly of that hourly candle of that 10 o'clock high. The old 5-1. Yeah, I'm not sure. Doggo was dodgy in, but you see on ES though, fails to close above that high, which it ended up pulling NQ back. NQ just made one more push for a -4 first, but oh, okay. -4 is so good. Oh no, NQ, why didn't you give us the close there? That would have been a nice close. That would have been a very good close there. But now off 25%. Nice rip by gold. So gold. Well, so now we can test out the theory again, where we have 5-minute BISI. They close above previous hour high, and we got a BISI sitting right there. So we'll see. I would expect this BISI to hold to take us to the next buy side on gold here. Dude. Now we'll just wait. See how this candle closes here. Does this BISI hold? Do we close inside this civvy, or do we just close back inside of it? So it should confirm that we continue back higher. Yeah, it's been volatile today. It sure has. Yes, just missed 50 there, so that's a little sketch, but Ah, see how this closes. Just kind of getting slow and choppy now. Inverse to 3. For me, we'll see what happens with the 5. And same for ES. If they both close back outside that civvy, I would say we're going to go back down, but closed outside. I'm assuming ES did the same. A continuation short could be this here. I'm personally not going to take it, but like you just kind of mark it short here and get here. This would be like something I would try if I had a little more confidence in a short bias, because this would confirm like bearishness to me. But to me, there's nothing screaming that we have to go down here, right? And I'm still bullish on the hourly. So the 3-minute FEG, not a prop block. I have no idea, doggo. I don't watch the 3-minute. Are you talking? I mean, I see this inverse. I don't see a prop block because we haven't closed above here. This is not an order block yet, to me anyway. Now it is. Yeah, I think it's still. I still think it's that previous week high. I do, sweaty. I do. I wish this candle closed up inside here. If this candle closed up inside of here. Notice that we have no candles closed inside the 5-minute, but we did not get a candle closed back inside the range of this 5-minute candle. So per my rules, I can't just long that. I want to see close inside of here. Now, if this candle closed inside of here, say that the wick was down here, and we close back up inside of it like this, I am looking to get long. Basically, as soon as I'm looking to get long with an entry around the open or the close of this candle right here. My stop is at the wick low, and I'm looking for the previous week high. But we did not get that, right? We did not get that. I want to see us close back inside the range. We did not close back inside the range there, but we did close outside the BISI. But a good signature would have been close outside the BISI, close outside the BISI, which we do have. So I mean, you still have a reason you could try along here, but for me, I want to see both, because then like if the reason being, if I'm taking along off 25% of the hourly, and we close outside the 5-minute BISI, and we close back inside this 5-minute range, if I take a loss, I don't care. Like everything was there for me to take a trade. And we do have that. We do have that end dog up there, don't we? I think I noticed that this morning. Talk about this one. And there it is. And nope, it's not there. It's up there somewhere. Or no, that's the one I seen. We crushed it. Crushed it. I probably don't have it marked because I only have so many marked. I did not long anything yet. I longed down here, and I got stopped break even on this silly news candle. Let's see if waiting for both conditions saves me here or not. It's just starting to get slow anyway. To where like even a long, if it's gonna happen, is gonna be like, okay, guys, we got the entry. It might take us an hour to deliver because price is just not volatile anymore, and we'll just walk away. And looks like gold's still ripping. Yeah, still ripping. NG closed above. Let's check out NG hourly. Oh gosh, yeah, that's something I want nothing to do with. So on NG, really nothing matters to me until this high or this high, right? You have 2 hourly inside candles right now. All right, bye, Jules. $11.30 reversal. Kind of weird, but what up, Mushy? What up? Long time no see. It's going. It's going. Yep, the good old days. Yep. I'm gonna try to stick. I'm trying to get back into at least 2 or 3 times a week here, just because I miss it at times too. I do. I like to see other people succeed. I've received so many DMs. I can't say so many. I would say like 20. Like people just asking if I was ever gonna come back or if I could just do like a lighter load. And it's like I just don't want to be obligated like on a if I'm making someone pay then I like have to be here and then like it feels more like a chore than it does like than doing it for like the love of it. So, but I still want to stick around at least 2 or 3 times a week. Not family issues. No, we didn't have. There was no family issues. I just wanted to like not be hung down by a schedule anymore. Like it because like obviously like when people are paying, you got to be here. Like so it was like, oh, if the family wanted to go out for a breakfast, it's like, oh, well, I have to stream, so I can't. It's just like kind of that thing. Granted, I guess people would understand if I miss a stream or two, but like me personally, like maybe I'm too nice of a person. I'm just like I don't, people they're paying for a stream and they're not getting it. It's kind of fucked up, but so you should be off to the races. You're gonna have but it would be your second candle, even if you inverse the 5 minute, which I don't really care about. I don't really care about an inverse. But the bigger thing is you're getting a close above here on this 5 minute. Yes, probably doing the same thing. Yeah. And like I said, your draw should still be up to previous week high. Just no clear entry for me. Like I said, the lower quality would have been, just because we closed out of the 5 minute. You know, you hit the 5 minute, you close back outside of it, you get long, and that's absolutely an entry model. I mean, if you hit a Bissy or Sibby, you close outside of it, get long. You should not go back to that wick low. If you're closing so bullish or so bearish back outside the Sibby or Bissy, you would not want to see price back to that low. And if it does, your stop's probably relatively small anyway. So who cares? Again, it all comes down just to your draw. But yeah, I mean, there should be no reason we don't push 935 here. Question is, do we wait until 12, take it, and then we get a bigger reversal? We'll see. What will tell me that will be will be the hourly close, which I guess we'll be able to tell. Do we take this high and then retrace enough for this hourly close back inside this hourly range? If so, then you're gonna have a bigger pullback going into the afternoon session, I think. But it all depends what time we end up taking this here. Because if we're gonna close back below this hourly low at 911, we need to take this like ASAP and get moving back down. So this looks like a move back down just to put in a bigger wick on the hourly candle. But it goes to show, what was that? 25%, right? 25% with your P arrays that line up with a bullish hourly close, and there you go. Absolutely, KC. We'll see you next week. Nah. Gotta back test the 15-1 whenever I find time. Should we go look at it? Should we go look at it? Let's go see. All right, let's roll out this 15-minute range here real quick. I'm just curious. I'm curious. It's so busy. Oh, well, you said the hourly was too slow for you, so you got to make up your mind here, pal. All right, so I'll be paying attention. Does this 5 minute close above previous week high? If so, then we're not gonna get a pullback. There's that weekly high, and then the next thing is all the way back up. Is ES close to? No, ES still needs 70.14 for all-time highs. So still a bit of ways. But ES is gonna close above this high. NQ is gonna potentially close above that weekly high. It just did. So nothing bearish. Nothing bearish now. I just messed up because I wanted to watch that 15-minute candle. All right, let's see here. Would you have got screwed, Casey? So if you look at the 15-minute high, which actually would have been the high of this candle. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, so we got the sweep here, but let's see. Did the 1 minute close above? Look at that. The 1 minute never closed above. You would have went short there, stop at that high. You could have targeted 50% or that 15-minute low. There you go. Candle closures. The next one, you never swept out. You never swept that low, so you wouldn't have had anything there. And the question was, would you have got screwed? Probably not here because you wouldn't be shorting. If you're looking for a 15-to-1, you'd only be looking to short like if the 5 minute closed above or below, probably within like the first five minutes of the next 15-minute candle, right? Because that would be your manipulation. ES just hit 7,000, which is the first time ever, I believe. Just because of the contract change, of course. And we are rippy. Gold still rippy. Yep. But all right, so if we're displacing like this above, should be no reason that price is not telling us that we won't higher. Your next obvious target is just this daily high up to 990. But if you're going there, you might as well push up another 30 points and go for the week and go for that first week of a December's high. Second week of December, sorry. Right. So the next thing will be, does the hourly close bullish? If you're going to close like this, if the hourly close is this bullish, I'm not even looking. Price may not even get down to 25%. Like when you have a candle, when you have like an hourly close that's closing almost at the high, you're looking for expansion on that next candle, and you may not even get 25%. That's when you know if price cannot even get to 25% of the hourly candle, and it starts reversing and gives you like that signature reversal look even before 25%, around like what would it be, 12:10, 12, 15, you know, that reversal time. Usually if it's just going to start expanding, it's going to start like continuing. It's going to have a little wick at when it opens. It's not even going to hit 25%, and it's just going to continue expansion. If you're like expecting, if you have an hourly close that's this bullish, right? It's gonna be this. If it closes this a bullish, you're going to look for price to either get to 25%, and you're going to start looking for your reversal pattern. I like this 5-minute BISI right here. If price could somehow get it down to this 5-minute BISI, you could look for a reversal out of there, right off 25%. But sometimes you're not going to, like when price closes this bullish, you're going to have like I said, your price is not even going to get to a 25%, and that's your sign that expansion is about to occur. If you start getting a reversal pattern, I don't know, what do you trade? A 1-minute inverse, a breaker, an order block, whatever you want. You start to get your personal reversal pattern before even 25%, and it aligns with the hourly manipulation, like 5-10 after. Just get long, because you're likely going to be in expansion. Expansion is about to happen because price wasn't even bearish enough to get on that 25%. Because why? Because distribution is going to because by time, like, look at it this way. If later, Marshall, if price is going to expand, it doesn't have time in that hourly to come all the way down to 50% and then expand all the way back up, right? It needs a small wick, and it's gonna go. Like, just look at it from a time perspective. It doesn't have enough time. So, but yeah, we'll see how this thing closes, and then we'll go from there. If it closes like this, then I think a move down to this BISI, 25%. Even if it gets down to 50, you could leave. You could definitely try a long, and you're just in a trend day at this point. Yeah, when is steak sauce streaming? I'm still at 10 minutes yet till this candle closes, though. So oh, I didn't even look at A1s. Nice. The little breaker. The breaker on from okay, so you took the 1 minute breaker. Nice. So you took the 1 minute breaker out of the 5 minutes. So it's yeah, exactly. Perfect. The 5 minute closes back outside of that BISI. So you're looking for, so like if that's your reversal pattern, like for me, I like to see it close back inside that 5 minute. But for you, you've seen 5 minute close back outside, and then you see a 1 minute breaker form here. So that's your like two that's your two confirmations here. 5 minute closed out. You get a breaker retest right here after the 5 minute close back outside. Off you go. It's good shit. Good stuff, Awan. It's clean. It's clean. Very nice. Me personally, it's really helped my trading a lot to wait for the 5 minute. If I have 5 minute confirmation in my favor and I'm trading along with the hourly, my win rate has like skyrocketed because of that. Instead of just like everything on the 1 minute, like zooming out to the 5 minute has helped tremendously. It's a good example of it there. Let's see. Man, gold is. It's a weird spot for gold. Hit the BISI. Yeah, I think gold's going up. Man. Why? Yeah, why wouldn't it? No close below here. I think he's just looking too slow now, though. Get him, Doc. Get him. All right, let's check everything else out. Yep. So I just want NG be pushing to that high. Gold never came back for that BISI. And that's a beautiful play on gold. Man, I should have, in hindsight, that 5 minute BISI was amazing. But we did not have the hourly close. If I'm taking a 5 minute BISI, I would like to have like an hourly close to help me confirm. Or a 5 minute breaker. But all right, NQ's really starting to get slow here. So what I'd like to see here is NQ continues to chop. chop in here. Maybe we keep, well, but like for me, I don't care about anything inside of here right now. I'm only waiting to, I'm only drawing out these, this high and this low, right? And I want to see what happens when we end up taking it. What I would like to see, 12 o'clock opens, right? Opens, dip down inside that BISI, and then we have continuation higher. Why? Because we're gonna have a bullish hourly close, so I'm expecting a continued move upwards. But I like to see a little move down first, right? So, which this would be our 11 o'clock. This would be our 11 o'clock, which then puts me right at 25%. So then potentially maybe get long. The other option is maybe scalp a short. If we take the, what is it? It'd be the 11 o'clock high, and then we get like a sweep and a close back inside. We can look for a scalp back down to 25% and like target this 5-minute BISI. That's something I would try, I think. So we'll see what happens here. We'll stay on stream another. We'll let the first 2 5-minute candles play out here for NQ. While we're waiting for that, though, I'll be right back. I need some agua. No, you didn't, Doc. Executions or you didn't take that breaker. Take your fake payouts and get out of here. Oh, Doc, did you ever figure out? Did you ever make progress with investing into SpaceX early? Or we were kind of talking about that like a couple weeks ago. Did you ever have success? Oh, okay. So just have, if you have a Hive account, that means you can. Oh, oh, that's right. You were looking for that breaker to come back down to that breaker. Gotcha. So you can buy it. Yeah, that's right. Forgot that line chart showed like a breaker. I think it was Liam that was talking about it. All right, so we'll see how this 5-minute closes. Man, it's gonna be a very, very, very bullish close here on the hourly. Not anything that you probably do not want to try shorting here, because I don't even know if we'll get down to 25% here. But on an eval, I think I'll take a shot. I think I'll take a shot targeting the 5-minute BISI. Only an eval. I don't think I would have the cojones to try it short on a funded. But yeah, 990 should be your next target. 257. That sounds like a good price. Sounds fair. I guess I don't know. I guess I guess with a stock you can't really say that's a fair price unless like you understand how many total shares there are. I guess kind of like crypto, and people say XRP is going to 100. Yeah. Oh, it's down to 257. I thought you meant okay. I see what you're saying. Actually, that don't look bad. It's almost down. It's almost down to the breaker, right? That looks like a good little dip there. All right, so very, very, very bullish close here on NQ. Like so bullish that I could see this thing just dipping enough to take out this devil's mark and then continuing. I would feel lucky if we get down to that 5 minute busy. But like that's where I would feel comfortable getting in. Or imagine the other thing is we could push up to we'll see how this closes here. If this closes bearish, then could try a little eval scalp short here, only because the stop would be like tremendously small. But if unless this thing wants to push up to that daily high first, swipe it, close back inside, then we could try a short and then you could try like you could try a higher risk short out of there. But so we'll see. That's why I just wait. We'll wait. We'll see what the candles want to show us here. We react and not predict. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad spot to start a starter position, Doc, for sure.